What is going on, team? Welcome back to the Prep Series vlog, leg day edition. So, this is the last leg day of this mesocycle before we deload. So it's going to be the heaviest, the hardest leg session we've done this entire program, whilst calories are, well, the same, but body weight's the lowest it's been. So this will be fun, to say the least, but in true Kyle fashion, in true prep brain fashion. Gabby asks me every time we leave the house, do I have everything that I need? And without even checking, I just say yes. And lo and behold, I forgot my sleeves. So, here we are for squats. Thankfully, one of the boys here at the gym saved my life with a pair of sleeves. Although they are very small. My legs are gonna be purple by the end of this, but hey, at least they do the job. And we'll just manage. Because I think that's the thing that matters most, right? Consistency and just showing up. So, things are never gonna be perfect. It's always, you know, the pursuit of perfection, but it's never really perfect. So we just get the job done. But anyway, we're gonna start warming up for squats. I've got a top set today and that is it. So it'll be one top set, 6 to 10 reps. I think I'm looking for a load progression this week, so I'll have to check my numbers, but it's somewhere in that 165, 170 range. So we'll do a few warm-up sets, see how they feel, have a muck around, and then kind of work up to that top set. All right, so on to our last couple of warm-up sets. I feel like this is gonna be one of those sessions where there's not a lot of talking, lots of doing. So as I mentioned, deload next week. So this is like our last opportunity to really push it. And I suppose the deeper we get, the more we need to show up and turn up, because every single week it gets harder. Food gets lower, output gets higher, body weight gets lower, and we need to maintain that same level of intensity with our training. And that's something I've spoken about at length is, regardless of what you do, regardless of the training system you use, your training split, how much volume you do, whatever you decide to do with your training, the one variable that needs to stay constant is your effort. You need to train fucking hard, regardless of what you do. So, this session is an opportunity to take last week's intensity level up a notch, because we've got a week of deload, diet break, and a bit of sort of a reprieve before we continue pressing on. Okay, that was the last warm-up. So that was last week's working weight. I've spoken about this before, but I like doing my last warm-up maybe at my last week's working weight just to get a feel for it for just like one set. And what that does is maybe a little bit of a psychological trick, but also primes the nervous system to be able to handle heavier loads in your next set. Or even if you stay at this set, it probably feels lighter when you actually start doing a work set. So 1 rep on last week's working load, and it's decision time. How much to take this next set up. So whether or not I go 5 kilos, 10 kilos, haven't decided yet, but we'll feel it out.
Come on. Yourself. Come on. Right. Boom! There we go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Right. 9. Right. Come on. Set that brace. There you go. There you go. Come on. Come on. Right. Set yourself tight. Come on. Come on, set tight. Let's go. Switch it on. Switch it on. Drive hard. Drive hard.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
All right, squats done. That was a top set PR. 170 for 8. Felt pretty good. Very happy with that load progression. So we move on to leg press. We had 280 last week for 15 and 12. So this week, I'm gonna shoot for about 300 for if I get between 10 and 12 on both sets, I'll be really happy. But man, squat was good. Super happy with that. Had to take the mic off, it was a little bit too loud. So you probably still hear it in the video. But we'll start warming up on these, get cracking. Oh, a little spotty, a little help, a little something. A little power.
Huh?
A little power.
You got
I miss her. Ooh, come on. Oosh.
Two more. And again, easy.
Come on.
Good, 8. 9. Yes, get it.
Smoked. Feel like a broken record now, but I've been banging on all my videos this week about how good everything's been from a recovery, nutrition, sleep, performance standpoint. Moving into this deload next week. Generally, I'd be in a place where I'm pretty belted, but man, for the most part, everything's been pretty damn good. And I've been saying throughout this entire prep series how good this prep has been. From a fatigue management standpoint, it's not, been too detrimental in my recovery. I haven't had any issues with performance. I've had no degradation in my gym performances. If anything, I've been progressing most weeks, every other week. Today's no different. We've taken load progressions on pretty much all exercises, rep progressions across the board, and moving on to my last quad exercise. So 2 sets of leg extensions, small load progression here, somewhere in the 10 to 15 rep range. But again, nothing crazy, just trying to beat previous performances. So move on here. I got 15 reps last week, 2.5 kilos lighter. I've gone up 2.5 kilos. So if I get close to that, 12 to 15, I'll be really happy.
But yeah, put me through a message, let me know when you want to train. Come in and we'll train. Not to worry, bro. So easy and enjoy.
Oh, heavier and same reps as last week. Come on. That's my 2 sets done there. 15 and 10. Volume progression across the board, we'll take it. So 4 sets of hamstring curls to go and we are done. Starting on the lying leg curls, then moving on to seated curls. I think I'll be happy if I'm at reps here from last week. Hamstrings for me are one of those muscle groups that don't need a lot of work. And like anecdotally, hamstrings are one of the muscles that experience the greatest muscle damage. So they tend to stay sore for longer, they take longer to recover. So for me, 4 sets a week is heaps at the moment anyway, especially as recovery gets a little bit hampered in the back end of this prep, so don't need a lot of work. But we'll move on to that, 4 sets there, and then we are done. It's time to go home and eat some food after that. All right, this session is coming to an end, which I'm very happy about. Last time I have to train legs for like a week. So lying hand curls done, 2 sets, load progression from last week, matched reps, which is fantastic, really happy with that. Moving on to the seated curl to finish. These flogged me last week, so literally I'm just matching reps here, same load. If I get anywhere near last week's reps, I'll be really happy. But again, like I said, across the board, this week we've had lots of progress, both like in terms of body composition and gym performance. So again, can't fault it. This goes to show when you actually nail like your off season, how well that translates into a prep, because it means you don't have to diet super crazy in terms of like pulling your calories down really hard. You don't have to do endless amounts of cardio to get lean, because you stay lean in the off season, you prioritize building tissue, you prioritize getting stronger, and then that just transitions into a prep where you can get a lot of work done pretty simply without too much effort, so to speak. So couldn't complain at all if I wanted to. Anyway, we'll jump in here, 2 sets, 10 to 15 reps on both, same weight as last week. Oh yeah, 2 reps up from last week. We'll take that. Oh, hamstrings feel like they're gonna snap off the bone. All right, so legs done for another week. I'm absolutely smoked. Rest day tomorrow, which is exciting. But I think it's a great point to bring up around leg training in general. Is like, so many people complain about not being able to grow their legs. And just for context, this session was only 9 working sets. It's taken me about 2 hours to get through that. It's about 16,000 kilos of volume. So it's a hard session. And I think that's the real missing key for a lot of people is like they train legs, but they really half-ass it. Like literally no effort, no intensity. And they probably do tons of sets with like, 6, 7, 8 reps in reserve, which, if you're training legs and you want to grow legs, you need to train fucking hard. Like that's the end of the story. If you're not like crawling around on the floor afterwards, almost spewing your guts up, you're probably not training legs hard enough, nor are you giving your legs enough stimulus to actually grow. So make sure you watch this video, see how simple it is, see the level of execution, and that's really all that matters is like do simple shit really well. That's the point I'm trying to get across with all these sessions. So rest day tomorrow. I'll see you guys back in here for Thursday's upper pull session. As always, do that fun YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe. It means the world to me to watch this channel grow. And I love to be able to share all the stuff that I'm doing with you guys because we've got some really cool stuff coming up over the coming months, so make sure you stay tuned. But until Thursday,